Abuse in all its forms are a daily reality for many Nigerian children, and only a fraction ever receive help. According to a UNICEF report, 6 out of every 10 children experience some form of violence. 1 in 4 girls and 10% of boys have been victims of sexual violence. Of the children who reported violence, fewer than 5 out of 100 received any form of support. For this reason, the Child Protection Network in Lagos State, an initiative of United Nations Children Fund, kicks off its Child Protection Week today in order to raise awareness on issues of child molestation, abuse, and ways to prevent reoccurrence in various local government areas of the state.
No day you open the news, you are not hearing of all forms of abuse against children and all that. And we keep screaming that the children are the leaders of tomorrow. So we need to build leaders that are well-formed mentally, psychologically, and that are well, protected. If the child don't feel safe, the child is not going to thrive. And if the child did not thrive, it's going to be a dysfunctional adult. And I think that there's need for us to take child protection very, very serious.
We are here today to actually mark our maiden edition of the Child Protection Week, which we are kicking off today with a press conference. And all we are saying is that we want a better future for every child out there. We want our children to be protected, their rights to be protected, and they should be free from any form of abuse. And what we do at Child Protection Network, there are 2 simple things. We prevent and we respond. That's our motto. And we ensure that children are protected, and no form of violence, no form of abuse of children will go by anybody unpunished. We are to see that children are protected and to see that anyone that violates their rights are punished.
Nigeria has the largest number of child brides in Africa, with more than 23 million girls and women who were married as children, most of them from poor and rural communities. While data suggests a decline of 9% in the prevalence of child marriage since 2003 and a projected further decrease of 6% by 2030. Nigeria's rapid population growth means that the number of child brides will in fact increase by more than 1 million by 2030 and double by 2050.
It's a proud thing, it's a noble mission. Which is aimed at ensuring that the future of children that we want to see, not just tomorrow but of today, we are working towards that, because an abused child is more or less, if not provided the necessary support, is a damage to the society tomorrow. So that's why CPN comes in. We all know that children are naturally vulnerable wherever they find themselves, but what we need to do is how do we also protect them so that people will not take advantage of their vulnerability and use them in a way that at the end of the day it damages them, not just now but also in the future.
Have a more holistic approach to this operation, because sometimes you find out that even the survivors' parents, because of the way that they are treated, probably from the legal aspects of it, most of them are showing signs of tiredness, even when they have a very good case to pursue. I have about 3 cases right now, and all the whole complaint I'm getting from them is that the police is not doing enough. But I don't want to say that because I believe the police is doing enough.
Child Protection Program aims to provide preventive and response interventions for children who are victims or at risk from violence, abuse, neglect, and exploitation through strengthened child protection systems.
Through CPN, we are still having a drive, a kind of force that we are driving towards to ensure that legally cases that concerns children, especially sexual abuse, is being handled within a barest minimum time, because most of the time you drag and drag. It discourages parents of the what I call them. I don't want to use the word victims, survivors, because when you go to court and you are waiting for justice and it's taking forever, they get discouraged because they keep spending money going back and forth. But when justice is served at the right time, everybody is happy. Even the child will be happy too. They'll be happy with the enforcement agent, with the government, and with the people handling their cases. So I'm using this opportunity to plead with our legal team to please always handle cases that concerns children within a short period. And when cases get to the police, they should not allow the matter to become messed up.
Most of the NGOs offering services for children do not even have enough time to take care of themselves. And because of the cases they handle, it has effect on them, psychosocial effect on them. So we need to provide that social support for members that are members of CPN Lagos State. And they also need to know that their health should be important. They should take it very importantly, that they need to check themselves, their BP. Because imagine if you're always on the field doing one or two things for children. You might forget about yourself. You don't even know what your BP reads. You don't know how to even check your blood pressure and the sugar level, cholesterol. We are telling ourselves that even as advocates, we should take care of ourselves. That we know the economy is not so friendly, because things are really not, is tough for most people, and parents should endeavor that no matter how busy their schedules will be, they should try to have time for their children. They should try to be watchful, because there are so evil people out there that all they want to do, they are pedophiles. They just want to molest children. And most times the people they leave their children with, how much do they trust them? How much do they know them? Even the ones you trust, they still in one way or the other violate these children's rights.
In protecting the child, there must be strengthened legislative and institutional frameworks to protect those vulnerable and exposed to violence, abuse, and exploitation. Strengthen capacities of government and key stakeholders, including social welfare and justice services that prevent and respond to violence against children, and also timely and sustained access to quality preventive and responsive child protection services. From Lagos, Olamide Adeyemi, KAFTAN TV News.